Hello, everyone. Under Georgia law, you can file for a no-fault divorce. However, there are also 12 at-fault reasons that people may use when they file for divorce. One of them is adultery. Adultery can impact alimony and property distribution in your divorce in Georgia. And even if you have filed for divorce until it's finalized, you want to avoid sexual relations with anyone because you can still be accused of adultery until you're no longer married. I'll explain why that is important. I'm Raluca. I offer family law, immigration, and estate planning services. I'm here with my office and marketing manager, Nina Clear. Thank you, as always, for your likes, shares, and comments, and we really appreciate your support.
So this might not be the most comfortable topic for people, but it is important for everyone to know, especially with it being easier than ever to form online relationships today. This topic may come up in any divorce, right?
Yes, that's right.
And will you explain what adultery is?
Sure. Adultery is when you are married and have sexual relationship either with the same or opposite sex with someone to whom you are not married.
So just talking to someone online isn't adultery?
No, you must have sexual intercourse according to the statute.
Okay. What about if you're separated and you're moving toward a divorce? Can that still be considered adultery?
It is. That is why many attorneys recommend to their clients that they don't date or have sexual relations until after the divorce is finalized. Just to let everyone know, we are not making any moral judgments. We are only trying to let you know what you need to be aware of legally. As we always say, every situation is very individual. So if you have any questions, we recommend that you speak to an attorney and don't rely on our broad information to decide what is applicable 100% to your case.
So why is adultery a problem legally here in Georgia?
Property distribution and alimony can be impacted if adultery is proven.
So what I just heard are two things that you want to focus on. One, something being proven, so adultery being proven, and two, how it might impact your property distribution or alimony.
Yes, let's talk about proven first. You cannot merely allege or say without proof that your spouse cheated on you. You must have definitive proof.
So what about if your spouse says, I'm leaving you for this other person that I've fallen in love with? Is that enough proof?
Not under Georgia law.
So what do you need to do?
You will need to talk to a divorce attorney so that you can gather the necessary evidence legally so it could be used in court.
So thinking your spouse is cheating isn't enough, right?
No, it's not. It also cannot be used as a grounds for a divorce if both spouses committed adultery.
And let's move to the second part where how adultery impacts your divorce or property distribution.
Besides being a reason for divorce, the judge can use the evidence presented to determine alimony, property distribution, and an award of attorney fees.
So first, let's explain how it might impact alimony.
Yes, it cannot be used to determine the amount of alimony that is decided by the financial situations of the parties, but it can be used to determine if a spouse is not entitled to alimony at all.
So if a spouse cheated, they might not be able to collect alimony.
That's right.
What about property distribution?
We did another video about equitable distribution of property in Georgia that is not equal, but what is considered fair by the judge. So either party can ask the judge to consider the other's bad acts when determining property distribution.
So just to review, if you look back at our video, a lot of people think, oh, it's 50-50, but it's not equal in Georgia. It's equitable, which takes into account various things.
Yes.
Good and bad, right?
Or you can say it's fair. So It could be less than 50-50 or
and
more.
Does adultery affect child support?
No. If the spouse who committed adultery exposed the children to their behavior in a way that was detrimental to them, then it may impact their custody or visitation, but not the child support.
So you mentioned that you should not date. You don't recommend dating while you're getting divorced. Why is that?
Well, if you are still married and having sexual relations with someone who is not your spouse, that is adultery. That could impact your divorce, both in terms of showing no attempt to reconcile, as well as having a negative impact on any children. We highly recommend, if you are the person who committed adultery or your spouse did, that you speak to a qualified divorce attorney before moving forward with any court action. As always, thank you for watching. Please contact us if you have any questions, and we'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.